What was the most important thing you learned during the internship?
I always knew I was interested in the idea of translating and interpreting. Having never given it a go in a professional context before, it was important for me to find out that this is something I'd love to continue doing as a career, even after my studies have ended. So that would definitely be the main thing for me.
What situation really challenged you?
A lot of the subject terminology that you use when translating bureaucratic German is really complex. So understanding all of these terms and concepts was definitely a challenge, but one that I really enjoyed as well. I also think that living and working in a new country and studying and working with two languages on a daily basis was unlike anything I'd ever done before, and therefore it was a really rewarding experience for me.
What were you most proud of?
I think it has to be going with clients as a sole interpreter to appointments and being able to achieve a good outcome for them. It really is a true test of your language skills, to be able to talk to a caseworker, understand everything they say, and then convey it in full to a client, as well as being able to respond and formulate questions as needed. You get a real sense of satisfaction when you're able to go through the process and make it easier for someone else.
What are 3 pieces of advice you'd have for interns getting started with interpreting and translation?
My first tip would be that making mistakes is a part of the learning process, and that even though you're working in fields such as translation and interpretation where it's important to be accurate and precise a lot of the time, everyone's human and nobody's perfect, so feel free to ask a caseworker again, can you repeat the question, or take the opportunity to proofread your work, and that's absolutely fine, and that's something that should be encouraged. I'd also say it's really important to ask questions when you have so many knowledgeable people around you. Don't be afraid to ask them to explain something or clarify something if you're curious or you have any doubts. My final piece of advice would be, as an intern, to say yes to everything. You're only here for a fixed period of time. I've sat in the lawyer's office and helped people buy their first apartment. I've inspected new build houses. I've even had the chance to visit a courtroom, and these are all things I never would have done outside of the internship, so take every opportunity that comes your way.
What is next on the cards for you?
My tour of new places is continuing, as I'm now going to do a study placement in Italy in the University of Rome, and it'll be very different to Berlin, but it's definitely something I'm looking forward to.